Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Diablo 3. As you can see, we are one little bar away from being level 70, and that's good, because then we can get finished with the rest of the Chapter 3 season journey things, which are to defeat Queen Arane and to kill Urzael. But first, we have to finish up this rift that I've about got done here. I was seeing that I was approaching... Oops, that's not what I want to do. I was seeing that I was approaching level 70, and I would probably get it by defeating this rift, and I wanted to make sure that I showed that, just in case people were interested in seeing the actual switch over, the actual ping. So here we are. We are about to get a rift boss here in this one of my least favorite tile sets. I hate all of the underground tile sets from Act 5. I hate them. I find them a little bit less fun, a little bit more grindy. I have a different build at the moment. I've got Meteors and Blessed Shield as opposed to Akarat's Champion and Fist of the Heavens. I've gotten some legendary item enchantments because they started dropping Death's Breath. I currently have the one which makes my Blessed Shields bounce to 6 more targets, and I have Omni Slash from that Bellcloth. Hey, stand still. And you will also notice I've changed it to Master difficulty. I changed it to Master probably at about level 60 because the progression is starting to slow down a little bit and everything is just way too easy. So I think all in all it's a good choice. I still haven't died yet. And you can see things are significantly tougher. It takes me a little while, even on some of the tankier, larger enemies, to hack through them. That's really what you want. You want there to be some difference in the toughness of enemies, an effective difference that you can see, rather than a mere numerical one that you are aware exists. Did you drop anything good? No, you did not.
Out of room.
I'm running out of blood shards. We'll come back for those.
Returning to town.
I'm hoping that it's probably going to be that finishing the rift doesn't quite put me up to 70. Let's see. Bing! All right, excellent. So, we have unlocked our last passive skill slot. Let's see here. We unlocked this last passive skill as well. Increase the damage of Punish, Shield Bash, and Blessed Shield by 20. Let's just go ahead and put that on for the moment. We got a new rune for Bombardment, targeted. Instead of randomly finding targets nearby, the bombardment will continue to fall on your initial target. Didn't actually like Bombardment. I'm going to go back to Hasteful, Akarat's Champion. Everything else we're going to leave for the moment as it is. As I said, I have the Omni Slash enchantment and the Jekang board enchantment. Those are the only two I have, and I look forward to building up more of them very soon. So here we are, level 70. It's very exciting. Now we can start really thinking about all the items that drop. When we see a unique drop, we don't have to think, it's going to be obsolete in a couple levels anyway. Now, what drops, and the only thing that differs between them is the random abilities that they've ended up rolling. So, let's see. Got anything interesting here? No. All right, goodbye. We are full up on whatchamacallits, blood shards. So we need to use some of those. I already used some earlier because I was full. And so I have completed the Hey There Kadala thing. So it's only Watch Me Arraynene and Penetrate and Defenestrate that are left. So once we... So we should have gotten this. Items and Hadrig's Gift opens the cache, which I don't see a cache. Hey, how do I get a thing from you? Where's my Hadrig's cache? Alright, let's see if there's anything interesting that can be made here. So we could try out a unique level 70 thing. Chance to cast Fireball when attacking. So these do use legendary crafting materials, so it's not necessarily worth it because they aren't often that great anyway. So I usually don't make them. I'll just wait for good things to drop for me. But really, where is, how do I get this Hadrig's cache thing? Ah, it's in my mail. Hadrig's Gift. I'll claim it. And so item is determined by the class of the hero who opens the cache. So I guess that you could get all this with one class and then open it with another class if you just did not want to play a particular class. I mean, you'd have to play it to 70 anyway unless you had a whole bunch of level requirement removing things which are hard to get on their own. So you're pretty much going to open it with the first class you get there. So when we open this, we will get Crown of the Invoker and Pride of the Evoker. Let's just go ahead and do it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So they all add Thorns damage, because if you'll notice, right now my Thorns damage is 0. And so the various runes, like this one, which deal your Thorns damage, just aren't helpful, obviously, until you get some. So we're going to try out a Thorns damage build. For the time being, we're going to put this stuff away. We'll deal with it later. I look really goofy. Okay, so now that we are at level 70, we need to go finish those 2 final Chapter 3 Season Journey tasks. We want to go kill Queen Araignée. I gotta find her. Because since she is not a quest, bounty quest, we are going to just have to search for her. I'm going to bet she's up this way. I've already been through here earlier for a different bounty, which is why there's some stuff lying on the ground. So I'm happy, I'm excited to start getting drops, or stop looking for drops that are really, you know, to put together into a build that I'll find interesting and fun. I don't think on any of my previous Crusaders I ever got a full set on them. I just didn't grind as much on them for some reason. So this will be a first.
I must admit that our king is no longer able to separate reason from madness.
Nope, King Leoric is a crazy man.
To be filled with the Archbishop's monstrous creations, and will hear nothing else. Perhaps the legendary ancients themselves once dwelled there, but now we must desecrate their ruins.
With spiders. Giant, magical, poisonous spiders. I'm gonna step on their little cousins. Get out of my way. Not really, dude. The Crusader likes to say very optimistic things. Excuse me, the Templar. Go back here, chump. Yeah. Yeah, guys, spiders. In real life, I always try and show a spider the door rather than killing it, because they eat nasty things, you know, not other insects, they aren't insects. They eat insects and other little critters that are more of pests than they are, so I try and let them be. Unless they're poisonous. Or they're in my food. Or like on the toilet or something. Then sometimes they have to go. But I feel bad about it. Do not feel bad about killing these spiders. These plagued, nightmarish, poison-enchanted, damage-reflecting spiders. It's not going to help you. A profuse shield. Come on, Queen Aranine. Arania. Arita. Where am I going? Stole that dead guy's gloves. Didn't help him very much, though. I should be wary of using them. Maybe this is the right way to go. Oh, glowing spider web stuff. Oh, this looks promising. Yeah, here we go. Right, spider. You and me, let's go. And now we will start going up levels much more quickly as we start with Paragon levels. And those, of course, will help us to make any further characters we do in this season level up much more quickly, because eventually you'll have enough Paragon levels where you can start your level 1 character in Torment mode and just watch them just blaze up in power. There we go. It's an angry looking spider. Alright. Death's Breath, good. Now, Urzael. So we need to go to Act 5. Urzael is here. Bosses take a little bit longer to kill when you're on the higher difficulties, obviously. It can get a bit tedious. For the purposes of completing these, all we really need to do is have it on hard or more. I'm going to start with strength. I'm going to start with critical hit chance. But we're not going to exit the game and change the difficulty just to make it slightly easier on ourselves. This tile set has so much going on in it, it often sort of makes my computer drag a little bit. I know other people have had that issue with it as well. There's all the flame effects, there's large numbers of monsters, especially if you're running something like a wizard with all of her or his graphically intensive abilities. It can get a little bit out of hand. So we're going to have no hint as to where Urziel is. That arrow will not tell us. It's telling us where the bone repository is. Definitely don't want to go there. Die everything. My health. Poison. Where are all your friends now, Goreshot the Blasphemous? Dead. Almost Paragon level 3. We'll see if the Urziel area is somewhere around here. Yeah. I don't have a sort of number in mind as to how many Paragon levels you need to have before your alt characters can be in good shape to just start straight off on Torment 1. I know that it is definitely a thing that you can do. That's what I did I got one of each character type up to level 70 in the last season, season 4, and with some of them it would take me less than, a little bit more, probably around 24 hours of playing time. No, not even that, not even close to that, sorry. And they would already be up to level 70. Ooh, are you the place where I need to go? Yeah, you are. Alright, let's go. Urziel is probably aesthetically and mechanically my least favorite boss. It's the gun thing. I think the gun thing is silly. I guess mechanically the boss fight isn't that bad. It's perfectly decent. Lots of moving around, and that's fine. But yeah, this flame gun is ridiculous. The unavoidable stun halfway through. If we hadn't been in our Akarat's champion form, that flamethrower would have done us in pretty well. Stay away from it this time. You can see our companion has been knocked out briefly. Ow. Oh, this fire. No, don't flamethrow me. Time to go down. All right. Paragon points. Area damage. And we are in chapter 4. Alright, so 10 objectives here, and then we will have all of the 4 chapters complete for the season journey. We will get the reward frame, we will get the Wicker Man pet. Let's see. Replace a property, so we have to do the enchantment thing. Slay Odeg. I guess we just have to slay all the key wardens. Kill Zoltan Kuhl at level 70 on Torment 2 or higher, and that's going to get us 2 more pieces of the set. Reach Greater Rift Solo 20, that's going to get us the last 2. Equip all inventory slots with legendary items, minimum requirement of 70. Complete any set dungeon. So we don't have to complete all the set objectives in order to get all the set pieces. We just have to complete these individual things. So once we have to complete Great Expectations and Mercy in order to finish Set Me Free. I don't know exactly what you get when you successfully complete one. I've partially completed some of them, as you may have seen, and you get some achievements. I don't know if there's any other type of thing to do. So we have all the key wardens to slay. We have to replace, we have to enchant an item. We have to kill Zoltan Kuhl and the Siegebreaker Assault Beast. Zoltan Kuhl is at level 70, at Torment 2 or higher. The Siegebreaker is at Torment 4 or higher. Greater Rift level 20 solo. So these are the 2 that we really want to focus on so that we can get that set stuff in order. Before we can do that, we're going to have to gear up a little bit better. I don't think I could go straight to Torment 2 at this point in time with the gear that I have. So I may end up completing this one first before I complete these 2. We can start working on the Keymaster things right away. They have to be on Torment 1, so basically I need to set everything to Torment 1 in order to complete anything. That will of course help getting better loot as well. So let's finish things off in this video a little bit here. I don't think I have anything interesting in my inventory. Nope. 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 No. Yes. One thing gets changed. The rest go away. I don't have any other interesting items to extract powers from at this point. I don't even really know what this power does. Chance to fight through the pain when enemies hit you. This one's not terribly great. And this one's not bad. I don't think it's as good as the one that I have in. And all the shields and weapons all occupy the same slot in the legendary items thing. So what I'm missing is a ring, a jewelry piece. So I could obviously, if I get something better, I could get this and put it out there. It's not that great. Okay, so what we can do is we can gamble with Kadala. So given that we are going to get a full set, we want to consider what slots are not going to be filled up ultimately by the Invoker. So it's all of the body things, so no jewelry with this set, no bracers, no belt, no weapon shield. So Bracers and belt are good options because they're cheap in terms of blood shards. Oops. So weapons are expensive. Shields are cheap. So we might go try and find a good shield. Shields, bracers, and belt seem like a good place to start. So let's see what we get here.
Don't forget, luck always changes. See you soon.
I mean...
Ooh, that's nice.
So here's another copy of what we already have. So we can put this on. It's better than what we've got. It's got a socket too. That means that this is not helpful. We don't have anything to replace it with. There's some new things in here, some new items to be found, which is cool. Yeah. Interesting. So, looking at this, so that's one way to see if you didn't like look at a list of features or code dive or something. One way to see whether there are new items new unique items is to go look in here and see what shows up, because there will be, if they have like these abilities that are special, they will show up in here. So we've seen a couple of those. That didn't look familiar to me at least. So we'll put this weird giant looking shield on. So the things we could disenchant to replace that ability, we could get this, or this. I think I'm going to go with that. Because it would be a shame to have a redundancy. Alright, so Sublime Conviction. When you block, you have up to a 20% chance to stun the attacker for 1.5 seconds based on your current wrath. I assume the higher, the better. Okay, so we switch that up. What I usually do is once I get a unique type of item for one slot, I go fish for something else, a different slot. Even if it's a unique item that I'm not going to keep. There's no particular reason for that. It's just the way I like to do it. We're now short one unique crafting item, little butterflies from Act 2. So we'll need to look into getting more of those. What am I doing? I'm going to go trash all this garbage. Right, now we will switch to... Let's go for belts.
See you soon. What? I didn't even know I had that thing.
Oh, I hate it when I get a blue item.
I didn't even know I had
And nope. Any of these even better than what I'm wearing at all? Sure, I'll take that. Oh well. That's the way it goes. I left behind 25 blood shards somewhere. Alright, then last thing we can do before we end this video is get something enchanted to knock that off the list. So you do this in order to get rid of an ability on an item that's not benefiting you for the particular build you have. So for instance, do I have any? I do use Slash. I do use Blessed Shield. So often what it ends up being is that you get a damage to skill bonus that's not helpful for the particular build you're using because you're not using that skill. Sometimes it's an ability bonus, like you don't want Vitality for some reason. I guess it doesn't really matter. None of these are terrible. What about you? Sure, let's do this one. I'm gonna keep the sockets. Oh, that's duh. I could see about, put this back. Hey. I don't want to do that. We could see about getting a socket on this. It might be a, I mean, it's a level 47 thing, so it's, I mean, it is a waste to do that. But you know, we'll just give it one shot. So let's get rid of this life after kill. No, that doesn't give us sockets. 7% life. Yeah, we can get a socket from that. So because this is a below level 70 item, it doesn't really cost us any precious ingredients to do, so we can just keep doing this. Just for fun. Aha. There you go. So as you can see, you can click on a property to be replaced, and it will tell you what the possible things to replace it are. Not every property can be replaced by any other property. Yeah. So let's put that in there. 100 strength's good. Let's get a gem in our shield. All right, so we're going to end the video here. We've accomplished a lot. We are now in Chapter 4 of the Season Journey, on the last step to getting the rest of this set, which makes me look like an ugly tree man, to getting this scary-looking portrait frame and this janky-looking pet. So, it's going to be good. We're going to have a nice thorns build. We're going to see how that works for us. We're going to look like a tree. We're going to scare everyone. It's going to be great. I hope you like this video. These videos have been a bit longer than I intended, but that's okay. If you want to see more, please not only hit the thumbs up on this, but also subscribe to my channel. I will have Diablo 3 content. I have other sorts of content. Wait, my hair's not that color. And if you're not going to do that, well, I don't care what you do.